Tony Fauci's been doing it twice as long as I have, and most of you at the dais have been doing that. Another member will allow Dr. Fauci at some point today to make any comments on the reports that there's a new swine flu that the Chinese have apparently identified and how that might affect us in the future in this country.
Chinese, over the last week or two, have identified a virus in the environment. It has not yet shown to be infecting humans, but it is exhibiting what we call reassortment capabilities. They're seeing virus in swine, in pigs now, that have characteristics of the 2009 H1N1, of the original 1918, which many of our flu viruses have remnants of that in it, as well as segments from other hosts like swine. When they all mix up together and they contain some of the elements that might make them susceptible to being transmitted to humans, you always have the possibility that you might have another swine flu type outbreak as we had in 2009. It's something that still is in the stage of examination. It's not so-called an immediate threat where you're seeing infections, but it's something we need to keep our eye out on, just the way we did in 2009 with the emergence of the swine flu. It's called G4 is the name of it. I mean, obviously, that is something that is of concern. I'm not sure exactly what went into that decision-making. I would hope there would be something to mitigate against that, because I know, as we've said, and I continue to repeat it, that avoiding crowds, staying distance, and when in a situation like that, wear a mask. I think in the confines of an airplane, that becomes even more problematic.
But doesn't it sound a little bit silly and a little bit in violation of everything you guys have been talking about? To have people sitting next to each other for 5 or 6 hours in an airplane or crowded into a bus. And my question is, why hasn't, the president issues a lot of executive orders? Why haven't we stopped that type of activity and told the airlines and bus companies that is unhealthy?
When they announced that the other day, obviously there was substantial disappointment with American Airlines. A number of the airlines had decided to keep the middle seat thing. I can't say this is under critical review right now by us at CDC. We don't think it's the right message, as you pointed out. Again, we think it's really important in individuals that are in, whether it's a bus or a train or a plane, or social distancing to the degree that's feasible, and at least have a reliable face covering. So,
okay. Well, I thank you, and I just hope very much that the CDC or the appropriate agency basically tells these companies that that is unacceptable behavior. They're endangering the lives of the American people.
But given that the CDC specifically recommends doctors' orders